Hear everything, say nothing, deny everything. Deny everything.
What's the actual James Bond?
That's cool. The U.S. Postal Service. That's awesome.
I'm in there. You missed the spy.
Okay. So you're 13 and 17?
Well, I'm 12.
Oh, you're 12. Okay.
12 and under?
12.
I'm so nervous.
Okay, generate my cover.
Once you've confirmed your code word and logged out
Let's
of your
pick one.
stations, you can wait on the opposite side of the room. I got one asleep.
Spies and spy masters. Become an expert on the gadgets and tools that make a mission successful. Try your hand at code cracking. Think like an analyst and experience how decision makers use intelligence. Discover covert mission failures and successes, from sabotage to lethal action. Explore stories from the American Revolution to 20th
Don't worry, you will not fail. Whenever these theater doors open, you're free to sit wherever you'd like. Just remember to try and keep that front row open for anyone who may need it. After the video, the doors
Please
on the
enter
opposite
the
side of the
briefing
theater open, and you can now
Look at the taste.
It's probably communicates with the country.
Please enter the briefing.
Virginia Hall.
She was an American spy.
Virginia Hall grew up in a comfortable home in Specter Summers in rural Maryland. She visited the U.S. as a child and developed a love of travel, then retired from school in college. After graduation, she became selected for the U.S. Foreign Service. It was during this time that she had her PhD, which resulted in
1945 is when.
consonants and fluent in French, Italian, and German. Paul joined the French army as an ambulance driver.
France fell in June 1940. That same month, the British, who were now pushed out of the
80 important resistance efforts initiated by France. The Gestapo issued a
Here's your gun, Vivi.
for one of the most dangerous counter-agents in France, identifying Paul as
Wanted
the
but
leader who
undone.
went.
What a brave woman.
As the Nazis closed in, she escaped by hiking over the snowy Pyrenees Mountains to Spain. With her identity exposed, she returned to London, where she settled to become a wireless radio operator and then joined the American Office of Strategic Services, or OSS. In 1944, she returned to France, where she trained resistance forces, conducted vital communication services, and blew up bridges as the Allies closed in on Nazi forces following D-Day. After the liberation of Paris in August of 1944, she and her future husband, Paul Guillot, returned to the United States.
She died in 82. She had the same birthday as your dad. Here's the communist powder.
So this guy right here, this guy was a spy for Russia. That was spy for China. He was a Russian spy.
this is the one that they make all the masks. The disguise. So they make all those, in that meeting, somebody showed up at that meeting, and she was wearing a mask, and the president didn't even know. She took it off, she's like, look. Yeah. Did you see that video? I saw it.
So they became they took everyone's laundry and did the laundry for them.
The Enigma. It's like it got infinite settings.
At the outset of World War II, with German occupation forces spreading quickly across Europe, merchant ships bound for Britain become prime targets for Nazi U-boats. Organized into groups known as wolf packs, the U-boats create havoc on the North Atlantic. They sink an estimated 2,700 cargo ships and 200 military vessels.
The Germans' idea is if they can cut off that island from the rest of the world, if they can prevent those imports, then they can starve the country out, both literally in terms of food and broadly economically.
German coordination of U-boat attacks is being secured through an ingenious enciphering machine called Enigma. Enigma's encryption capability makes breaking the code crucial to Britain's survival.
The basic principle of an Enigma machine is it's a substitution cipher. What that means is you press a key on the keyboard for a particular letter, and there's a lamp board and a different letter lights up. And the reason that happens is because there are 3 rotors inside the machine which perform the transposition of the letters. If you press the key repeatedly, you'd have to press it over 17,000 times before you got the same encryption path as you got the first time. On the front, you also have what's called a plug board, and on that you could plug A to F, and then when you press A, it'll go down and go in as F.
I remember that. This is the guy that made it. He was a Polish scientist, mathematician.
And it also says in the late of 1930s, they built the first machine able to crack the messages. The well-known name for its TikTok cooking, or possibly for a popular ice cream dessert. It says Germany eventually added more interchangeable rods to
Rotors. To Enigma.
Yeah, rotors.
Overwhelming the phone buzz abilities.
But the Polish device became the foundation for British codebreakers on the machine, though. Man, WWF.
Und England hat bereits wieder mit Lug und Heuchelei den Kampf gegen Frauen und Kinder begonnen.
Our
October 27th, Soviet missiles shoot down a U-2 spy plane over Cuba, killing the pilot. 100,000 U.S. troops are deployed to Florida to prepare an invasion. The Kremlin authorizes the use of tactical nuclear weapons against American troops. Landing letter insisting the U.S. remove its missiles in Turkey and respond only to the first, more conciliatory letter.
Vivian, what do you think of Kennedy's grades?
He only failed Latin and
So
failed.
is this like percent? Like,
So I'm gonna have to give out an 8 out of 10 because he's really good at English.
you got better grades
history.
than you?
It's okay.
They feel the satisfaction of the results of the pursuit.
You have to look as much as you can.
Yeah, but my hands are sweating.
So it's all about keeping calm. Not the
4 seconds because my hands are sweating.
Go 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
The Chinese Communist Party celebrations. This is all like propaganda. This is all propaganda.
Stop saying
Alright, we gotta go do another floor.
Look at that.
Swords as assassin. Man, how was that possible?
what? How about you go on that ball? See, well, guess what? Let's see how slippery it is.
That's like
My hands are slippery.
This was a good movie, friends. Remember we watched it?
Yep, I remember that. What was it?
So these were they were abducted and kept as hostages, and our government came up with this crazy idea. They concocted this story basically that they were going to go over and film a movie, and so they sent spies in there pretending to be a film director, and like this was the guy.
Yeah.
He went in there to be like, oh yeah, you know, and then they went in there and
That one.
designed an operation where they could actually exfiltrate and then escape with the hostages. And they got them all on the plane. And as it was lifting off, they were freaking like when they were on the plane. Yes. Yes, kind of crazy. Baby's gonna spin the wheel. Cobra action, blowback. Media mission calls it a fiasco. You're fired. Fired, Vivi. Sloppy trade crap.
I don't know what's wrong with me. It's freaking broken towel. So as this spying launched a...
Who is this? He was the first spy, right?
Yeah, so...
It's George Washington.
That's 1776. This is a little social studies lesson for a social studies lesson with Vivian. It was David against
Goliath.
The 13 American colonies had
declared independence.
Declared independence from Britain. But how do you win that freedom?
It was George Washington. He outsmarted everybody.
Yeah.
With espionage.
Yeah.
Which is spying. Both sides spied in the Revolutionary War, but the colonies had a leader who fully understood the power of espionage to outsmart and outmaneuver vastly superior forces. America's first spy master is George Washington.
So guys, he was actually the first president. So
yeah.
When George Washington sent spies.
Using espionage techniques like dead drops, secret codes, and invisible ink, Washington, who was headquartered in New Jersey. In July of 1780, a fleet of French ships set to dock in Newport, Rhode Island, bringing much-needed men and supplies.
As we may every moment expect the arrival of the French fleet, a revival of the correspondence with the conquerors will be of very great importance.
Do the British know the French are coming? Talmadge immediately puts the Culver Ring into action. What they learn could be disastrous. Tipped off by American trader Benedict Arnold, not only do the British know about the French fleet's arrival, they are planning an attack. Using invisible ink, Townsend writes down the British military's plans between the lines of a merchandise order and sends it back with Austin Roe. Roe rides 55 miles from New York City to Setauket, Long Island, to deliver the intel to Abraham Lincoln.
This day must not be lost. The news of the greatest consequence perhaps that ever happened to your country.
Will places the intel in a nearby cove for Brewster to pick up. Then he tells Anna Strong. Using a black petticoat to indicate the location of the letters, she signals to a waiting Brewster. Brewster rushes back across the Long Island Sound and passes the package off to a courier who rides to Washington's headquarters. Armed with this information, General Washington plots a diversion, drawing the British away from the incoming French fleet. This intelligence victory helps secure France's support in decisive battles to come. Spies operated throughout the colonies during the American Revolution. These men and women, civilians who risked their lives off the battlefield, were vital.
About our inability right now to get around.
Policymakers have a wider range of concerns than military planners and intelligence collectors and analysts. They have to worry about the big picture.
Intelligence people are uncertain and policymakers are uncertain.
If anyone wants 100% certainty, they shouldn't be in the intelligence business.
It's like, you know, you get some chopsticks, toothpicks, and we just draw.
We all have mourning in our life.
Oh my God, look at that computer.
So guys, I know this guy. If you guys don't know, this is like a master. Whatever.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
In other cases, it can be used for government purposes. In 2013, the hack of ADP's Twitter feed led to a $136 billion drop in the stock market. Like all technologies, however, hacktivism takes no moral stance. Whether you consider hacktivism a tool for good or a tool for evil depends on your viewpoint, on your agenda.
for children, they said.
We know our enemies might do that. They may choose that option, but we don't. And that has stood for over 242 years. We just shouldn't do it.
The enhanced interrogation program was not a CIA program by itself. It was a broader program. This is a program that was very national security too, and approved by the Justice Department. So it was a government program. It was our government responding. U.S. service personnel on what to expect if taken prison.
Hey, Vivi, you gotta. Oh, they got you.
Scary.
Weitergehen! Weitergehen!
No.